Crappie Dan with Crappie Now to talk a little bit about brand new rods. They're going to match the reels that you're going to get for Christmas. If you're going to get some crappie rods, a lot of times they'll come in plastic just like you see here. This is a B&M pole and it comes in this plastic. And the first thing you want to do is take the whole rod out of the plastic. Just like that. This can be discarded. And you'll have some tags on here that talk to your warranty and talk to the capability of the rod. And what you'll do is, the first couple of things I like to do is check out the base of the rod, make sure that the rod is okay, and just take a look at it all the way around. It will come with a piece of plastic on it, on the base down here on the handle. When that is to just protect your rod base and for them to put a part number on there. So all you have to do is just start peeling this back and just unroll it around the rod. This will all come off. You definitely want to take this off before you go and use it. The other thing you want to do is make sure that on this rod that your base will slide correctly for your reel. Just reel it back and forth, make sure that it will work properly. That's this nut right here. And that way then you know your rod and reel will match each other perfectly once you put it on there. Another thing I like to do is take the rod out, take a look at all of the guides. These are your guides right here on the rod. So I will check the bottom section. This is a 14 footer, so it's going to have 3 sections. I'm going to check the middle section, make sure all of my guides are in the proper location. As you can see, they're all pretty much straight off the rod. They are straight this direction, as you can see here, and you can see the next one and the next one. So they look good. That all looks good. All of the bindings are okay. So nice quality on the rod. And the same thing with the tip. I want to just check all the guides, make sure they're not bent down. Because sometimes during shipping, like this one right here, these are supposed to be at an angle up here towards the tip. Those are correct, as you can see there. They're straight on. They're straight on with the rod. And then we've got the colored tip, which looks fine, and the actual tip itself is secure. So once you've got your rod where it looks okay, what I like to do is I also cut the tags off of it, this tag here. You can retain that if you want to, so that it keeps the information if you haven't had any before. Put your rod together, and what I like to do, and make sure you have plenty of room where you're doing this, especially where there's a 14 footer like this. Just put it together, and I'm not trying to line it up completely yet. All I'm doing is putting my rod together, and that's what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put this top section in on the top section. For the sake of this video, all I'm going to do is show you that when you put these together, you should be able to look down the eyes on the rod to make sure that the eyes all line up on this rod, that they're all the same way. The best way to do it is to turn the rod around like you see here. Just turn it around, make sure as you're looking through them that they all line up. The best thing to do is get outside when you put it all together, put the guides up in the light or sunshine, and see if the light will come off of every one of these guides at the same place. Then make sure that each one of the connections where the rod goes together are tight and set well into the next section. And you can check it right here like this one here, and in that way then you've got it. Now there's a little tip that can help you as well. And when you're out fishing and you want to make sure that the guides stay straight, is to go ahead, some people put a mark with a permanent marker right on the connector here of where the mark in the first section matches the mark on the next section, and the same thing on the tip. And that way that mark will tell you whether or not that rod is straight at all times. So you can check it when you get off the water, when you're on the water. Just make sure you line it up correctly and you keep it well. The other thing you can do once you've used the rod is to put a coating of Real Magic on it, and that way then it'll keep it clean. Real Magic will allow things to shall drain off of the rod and won't allow it to get on the outsides of it and cake it up. So just do that with your rod guides as well, and away you go. You've got a brand new rod ready to go. You put your reel on here, feed your line through, and you're ready to go fishing. It's Crappie Dan. Try this when you get your brand new rod and reel and see if it doesn't help you at least to know how to put these together once you get it out of the package. Until next time, it's Crappie Dan. Catch a lot of fish.